So I'm curious for you, like, is there a brand or like a playbook for, take Noble, for example, we're a newer brand and we're like, hey, who should we kind of model ourselves after? Is there anyone that would like immediately come to mind where you're like, these guys are just doing everything the right way. They're crushing it on social media. Like look at their Instagram as like inspiration or the playbook.
For sure. So a lot of that matters in what are you starting off with? You know, are you starting off with $1 million? Have you raised capital? If you've raised capital, then, you know, there's a different approach to how you would do it. If you're bootstrapping it, there's a different approach. If you have a big name like Huberman who is involved in it, that's a different approach. And they all work in their different ways. It's obviously worked really well for Athletic Greens, and I love what Midday Squares is doing, where they just kind of show all day, every day of what's happening and how they're building the company. Try Create's another great example of this, where, you know, Dan from Try Create is posting all of his financials on LinkedIn for anyone to see and showing how he's doing it. So that works.
Radical transparency.
Radical transparency works very well. Look at Sam Sulik, how fast he's growing right now, just kind of showing his life as a bodybuilder. So, I mean, what has generally worked for me is identifying 5 to 10 people to build a brand around. So what is the product market fit? So let's take Sisu Sauna, for example. You know, Pete, I think I was the 5th or 6th sauna that he delivered. He flew to me in Colorado and I got to meet him in person. He set it up. And I mean, instantly I was like, okay, like relationships matter to Pete. He's going to crush it. He's an awesome dude. And I introduced him to Brian Mazza, Nick Bear, Grant McCartney, Island Ninja, Neen Williams, pro skateboarder, and I think one other person I'm drawing a blank on, but we got those people saunas, and I'm like, these guys are, you know, thought leaders in the wellness space. They're very followed for their, you know, wellness side of their persona. And, you know, I think that by getting these 5 people on board early on, it's going to generate a ton of awareness, because what do they say the magic number is? Like, you have to see something 7 times before it really registers. So between the 5 of us, a lot of people follow each of us that are the same. So if Jenny sees me posting about it, Brian posting about it, Nick posting about it, Grant posting about it, and Neen posting about it, all of a sudden there's some brand relevance. And, you know, that's going to create this effect of, holy, like, I see Sisu everywhere. There must be something to it. Ice Barrel was the exact same approach. 10,000, exact same approach. So identify those 5 to 10 people who we can really build the brand around. And then, you know, through that, A, there's going to be sales, and B, there's likely going to be these micro creators that pop up where, you know, they're getting the sauna, they're posting about it, so you get this virality from all of those micro creators as well. And then, you know, once you have enough data of, okay, 43-year-old men in Colorado are buying my sauna, then you hire someone like Austin Floyd or Detention Labs, and you have him double down on your ad spend once you have product market fit. You know who your audience is, you know how to market to, you know what content is working. You know, is it a direct response ad? Is it a day in the life? Is it, here's the scientific benefits of sauna? And maybe you have to test out different ads to figure out which ones hit the best, and some might hit differently with different audiences. But yeah, you hire a growth agency that understands meta, understands how to create various audiences to test ads on. And then you raise money once you've figured out how to spend 2 and make 4, and you just keep doubling down on that ad spend. That's the formula I've seen work time and time again with the brands I work with. And again, like, each brand is starting out differently. Like, some brands may have to be more grassroots in the beginning because, you know, they can't afford those 5 people to build the brand around. They can't afford an Andrew Huberman, who is certainly going to move product, but he's also going to cost an arm and a leg because he provides massive ROI. He's very, very valuable. So, you know, doing community events is what I always tell bootstrap brands to do. Like, go to an ultra race. You know, ultra races are great places to get in front of early adopters that, you know, probably have some followings but aren't looking for a ton of money to, you know, promote something that is working really well for them. Go to these smaller community running events. Someone like Endorphin Running, you know, partnering with him, where I just talked to Tyler yesterday. He's doing 1,000 community runs in 2024. So getting on someone like his radar, where he's doing tons and tons of community events and, out in the community. And again, making sure that you have that product market fit, like someone like SAP's electrolytes, that's great after a run. That's great after a sauna session. A power lift is great after a workout. So figuring out when is your product best and in what use case and what audience, and getting it in front of them in person, and then